Chris Gaines, is that the Home Improvement guy?
Chris Gaines is like a magic person.
Who's Chris Gaines?
Does anybody know who Chris Gaines is?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I do know. Yes.
Yeah, that was the alter ego, right?
Oh, yeah. The emo one. When you are the greatest of all time, you can have an alter ego and make a whole different. I want an alter ego.
Yeah, we do.
Brooks
Absolutely.
in the streets and Gaines in the
It's
sheets.
Garth in the streets.
Damn it.
Never get.
Never once gotten it right.
I love you, Garth. I just didn't know that about you.
2019 is the 20th anniversary of Chris Gaines.
20 years? Golly, time flies. That's crazy.
That is the most random recognition of an anniversary.
I think I saw Chris Gaines when we walked in.
That was Brett Young.
Chris Gaines.
I went up and started to get an autograph, and then when he turned around, I was like, dang, it's Garth Brooks, though. And then I was like, where did Chris Gaines go? And he was like, I haven't seen him.
Disappeared.
Gone. And I was like, Garth, why did you get in my way of Chris Gaines? And it just messed up my whole morning.
I saw him floating around. Yeah, cleverly disguised as Garth Brooks. Sneaky.
I want to morph Post Malone and Garth Brooks into one person and just have like the craziest night in Nashville ever. That is Chris Gaines.
Oh, I'm very familiar with Chris. Big fan.
I was a young buck whenever Chris Gaines was around.
I was into metal at the time too, so
So he was
he
like,
almost
who's this
looked metal.
awesome new
We were
metal
like,
guy?
who's this new metal? Yeah, for real.
I grew up in Australia. I have this like spotted knowledge of older country music before I came here. And so there'd be people like Glenn Campbell and Garth Brooks and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band that I grew up listening to, and I could sing you every word of their songs. But then there's other people like George Strait, who I didn't discover until I started coming to America. And Chris Gaines would be in that category with George Strait.
First of all, more incredible music from Garth Brooks is what Chris Gaines was. That one song was great.
It's so good.
I was so confused.
It don't matter to the sun if you go or if you stay.
Chris Gaines' album is one of the best albums Nashville's ever made. It really is.
I just got that little EP thing, the first 3 songs he did, and I sat there and listened to it like 3 times in the parking lot. So I ended up being late for class because I loved it. I really did. I liked that. I mean, I didn't. The whole look thing was weirding me out, but I like the songs.
My favorite thing about Chris Gaines is the hair.
The look, the aesthetics of Chris
The
Gaines.
swoopy, like the Panic at the Disco look, is my favorite thing about Chris
It
Gaines.
really was ahead of its time style-wise, because that look was very in like the
Someone
early 2000s.
There was a meme that Robbie sent me yesterday that said, what if Chris Stapleton is Zach Wilde pulling a Chris Gaines?
It was supposed to set up like they were going to do a whole movie.
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen the movie. The movie never came out, so I'm hoping one day that gets released. That'd be good to watch.
Garth making that album, it was confusing for a lot of people. I think there's a movie that's supposed to go along with it, but if you really just sit down and listen to the album, which I have, being a Garth fan, it's a great album. Great songs, amazing production. Garth does a lot of like falsetto singing, and it's a pretty special album. So I know it's been 20 years. It makes me feel really old, but yeah, I think it's pretty special.
I bought that album, and that just goes to show you how talented Garth Brooks is.
It's a great album.
a lot of people down that album, but he is so talented. I mean, the guy could sing anything.
Sometimes as an artist, you really have to strive and try crazy things to do great things. And then when you're someone that has been one of the most successful artists in history, all genres, you go, okay, what can I do next? I want to try something really, really crazy and try to kind of deconstruct this whole idea. And he did that. I mean, it was weird, it was bizarre, but sometimes you have to get a little weird to change to change the game.
He doesn't put out anything that's not fantastic.
No, I did not know that. That would make him 53 then.
I heard a rumor he's going back on tour.
I think Chris Gaines should absolutely go back on tour. I mean, why not?
No, I do not think that he'll be going on tour again.
Happy 20th anniversary, CG.
Congrats, Garth.